Today is Friday, January 24th, 2025, and these are your BYU-Idaho Radio Evening headlines. Thanks for listening. I'm Chandler Guadagnine. Police are asking for your help to find a missing Teton woman. According to EastIdahoNews.com, 42-year-old Shauna Maines disappeared 3 months ago and has not spoken with her family since October. She was last seen in Teton. Maines is white, stands at 5 feet even, with red hair and green eyes, and she weighs about 126 pounds. Anyone with information is asked to call the Fremont County Sheriff's Office at 208-642-4482. The BYU-Idaho Music Department is hosting 2 guest performers for their upcoming concert. Ella Ziegler has the story.
2 renowned musicians are combining the delicate strings of the harp with the melodies of the flute in BYU-Idaho's upcoming flute and harp duo recital. Special guests April Clayton on flute and Christy Shade on harp will perform romantic-style pieces from composers all over the world. Clayton is a soloist, recording artist, chamber musician, orchestral player, and a teacher. She's played at BYU-Idaho a few times before and is excited to bring Shade for the performance.
This is a harpist that I've performed with a lot, Christy Shade. She is a very active freelance harpist in New York City. And I went to Juilliard, and so I have a lot of connections in New York. We're doing some big repertoire pieces, very, very challenging pieces, especially for the harp.
In addition to BYU-Idaho, the duo will also perform in Orem and Salt Lake City this weekend in preparation to record an album.
The reason we're doing these concerts is that all of the music that we're performing, we're preparing to go record a CD. We're going to Bremen, Germany to record a CD in March. And so we're doing these concerts to get the music as high level as we possibly can before we go record.
The concert is Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. in the Snow Recital Hall on campus. Admittance is free and tickets are not required.
It's a really beautiful sound because harp is a kind of more gentle sound than piano. So often flutists will play with a piano, flute and piano duo, but flute and harp duo, it really lets the flute sound come out nicely. I think it is just extremely appealing music on the ears that if you hear the sound of flute and harp together, it's so beautiful, and that's what you get for the whole concert.
A live stream of the concert will also be available and can be found at byui.edu/music/event-livestream. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Ella Ziegler.
The Idaho Falls Spud Kings hockey team is frying the competition this season. The Rexburg Standard-Journal reports that the Spud Kings played the Casper Warbirds in Idaho Falls Saturday night, and after going down 1-0 at the end of the first period, they scored 5 straight goals to take the win. The Spud Kings are now 24-6 on the season and have won 7 of their last 8 games. Idaho Falls is tied with the Ogden Mustangs for first place in the Mountain Division of the National Collegiate Development Conference. The Spud Kings take on the Utah Outliers this Friday and Saturday night at 7:05 p.m. at Mountain America Center with 3 games left in the month. Thanks for tuning in. These have been your evening headlines for January 24th, 2025. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast app. We're on SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, and Apple Podcasts. You can also ask your smart speakers to play KBYI 94.3 FM. Have a great weekend. This is BYU-Idaho Radio, and I'm Chandler Guadagnine.